Hello, everyone. Well, it is August 8th, and we are in the second section. And what we're going to do today is actually take what I call a consolidation and practice day. This is your opportunity to build familiarity with everything that we've done so far. I'll throw some new stuff in, and we will review last week's move for sure, in depth. But I want to give you a chance for those, those spots in the form where you're just feeling like it doesn't feel right, or you're having to always look over your shoulder and you just want to practice that, or you just want to understand it better. This is sort of one of those days to do that. What I want to do is facilitate you're getting your particular questions answered, and you also getting the practice in what you want to get the practice in. So hopefully this works for you. So it's really your session in a lot of ways today. So what I would like to do is start out with going through everything that we have learned to date in not only section 2, but section 1. Just practice what we know, and then at any time, even when we're doing that, if something is like, this is the problem for me, shout it out if you want, or you can hold that thought for later, whichever you would prefer to do. So we'll see how it goes. All right, that work for everyone? All right, sounds good. Well, let's get started. Into prepare. Opening. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist. I'm sorry, no, single whip. Single whip. Raise hands, step forward. White crane. Spreads its swings. Left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Into right brush knee and push. And left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Step up, parry, block, and punch. Apparent closing up. Cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to mountain, shifting right. Pivoting on that left foot as we turn. And swing, step, Polish the table and strike. Roll back. Remember, your weight goes all the way back before you turn to the left and press. Push. Fist under elbow, shifting back, bringing your foot to 12 o'clock. Drop that elbow, push out, step to the corner, and ward off to the corner, bring that other foot back, weight goes back, heel touch, and punch. Repulse monkey. Swing with the right, step back with the left, one line, two sides, and bring that arm to shoulder. You've rotated your left hand and pull as you go back and strike out with your right hand. And now on the left side, we're going to swing with the left, rotate the right hand, step back with the right, and pull. Swing with the right, step back with the left, pull. All right, how are we feeling? I think we should do it again, but I want to hear what's on the list. I'll write it down. Anyone have anything on the list that they're going to want to practice or revisit today?
Yeah.
Michael, did you have something?
Whoops. Whoops.
Okay, well, you're getting that straight. I'm going to ask her, Lynn, because she's up here looking.
Yeah, it should obviously, well, it's obvious to me what I need is the very last move that we learned. I kept running through it and it's going to need repetition over and over and over again, but it just doesn't feel natural in any way.
Right.
It doesn't, it doesn't.
Well,
yeah.
and it won't for a while, but we can make it feel more natural. So we will definitely do that. Anyone else have something that came up that they want to practice today? All right, Michael, when it comes to you, or we're going to do it again now. What we're going to do now, which may help with oops, I need more practice with this, is we're going to do it with me facing the other direction. So you're going to start off with prepare with your back to me. Okay? So when your back is to me, and I think it's particularly difficult, I'll try to call out how we're going to do the move. So you can do it however you want, but this way, yeah, if you start with your back to me, then this way you will actually have a opportunity to find some sort of new ways of what you might need more practice with, but also you'll be able to see something different. I like the prepares I'm seeing. Folks look grounded and their heads are up. Their legs are straight, but their knees are soft. Opening. Left ward off. We're shifting left. We're turning to the right, all the way to the right, sinking, pushing that button, close, step, turning to the right, large bird on that right arm. Shifting right, turning right, all our weight to the left. Close, step. Roll back. Not moving forward or back, but turning to the right, pushing out and swing the left as you go back and into press. push. Single whip, shifting back, hands flatten, grab, pull with that left hand, throw them in the corner, shifting back to the right, and make that hook. Step out for their bow step and strike. Raise hands and step forward, shifting right, turning to the corner with that left foot, all your weight to the left. Arms in into that heel touch. Nice. And white crane spreads its wings, pulling down, shifting back, step to the corner with that right foot, shift your weight. Right arm up, left arm down. Nice. And left brush knee and push. Swing step. Polish the table. Strike. Hand strums the lute. Giving way into that empty step, coming back. Heel touch. Another left brush knee. Right brush knee. Left brush knee. Hand strums the lute. One last, left brush knee. Step up, parry, block, and punch. A parent closing up. Cross hands, turning away from me. Nice. Shifting, you folks have this one, great. Embrace tiger and return to mountain, shifting to the right. Pivoting on that left foot, all our weight to the left. Your arms are circling, you're stepping around somebody, off to the almost corner, and strike. Roll back. Right arm rises towards your shoulder, your left arm is rotating. You come back and turn. Reeling your arms in for press, pressing out. And push. I'm just going to adjust where I am. Fist under elbow. Shifting back, hands flat, and just like the start of single whip, we're going to bring our right foot to facing the screen. Facing away from the screen. And then we push out to the left. Nice. Step to the corner. Ward off to the corner and bring that other foot up parallel to your left foot. And then grab with your left hand and shift your weight onto your right foot and punch. You're in an empty stance. And into last week's new move, Repulse Monkey. Opening our fist, weight coming back on the right foot. Left arm is rotating, right arm is swings. Then then as you put your left foot down, your right hand comes to your shoulder. Now pull with your left hand, use your whole body, transferring its weight back, and rotate that right foot pivoting on your heel. Let's do it on the left side. Left arm swinging out, right arm rotating, right foot going back and to the shoulder with the left hand. Your right foot is flat now. Weight coming back, pulling with your right arm, turning to the corner with your upper body as you strike out. One more time. Swing, step, and you ready to do the technique and pull, strike. All right, we know we're going to go through that last one a lot, but for everything that we did, is there anything you want to spend more time practicing? All right, well, let's.
I have a question.
Yes, Michael.
You know, when this is really kind of basic, but I have to go over basics all the time. When you say, sweep the table, you know, or when you're doing a left knee brush and your hand comes across, like you
Yeah.
said, like a table, right? Is there a particular height you should keep your left hand, right hand as you sweep across? I kind of keep it towards my upper chest a little bit.
So you know what, Michael, it starts out. So it's a very good question. And our cameras distort, right? So, but here we are, it starts out at chest height. Okay, that sweeping hand.
Right.
It is going to come out and as if it's a table at chest height, as you come forward, and I'll show this from another angle in a minute, as you come forward, but you're still pretty turned, you're turning a little bit of your upper body and you've bent your front knee a little because you've moved a lot. You see how I'm moving my weight? I'll show this again from another angle. But here, and when you're halfway through, because this is almost double weighted, there's still more weight in the back. As you turn square, bend your knee, you see how that arm comes down? It sweeps down. It doesn't go like this, right? But it goes like this for a long time, and then it just makes this curve down. So I'm going to show you that from this angle one more time. Whoops, sorry. And now I'm going to show it to you. Let's try it from this angle. Not sure if you can see that. Maybe
I do see it. And you did answer my question. I think you're right. It might be a little bit distortion of the cameras and stuff, because when I come sweep my hand, I do come across just below my breast, just a little bit below my breast, come across, and it's kind of sweep downwards and arcing, not straight.
Yes.
Down.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do.
Okay.
It's an arc. The reason we say polish the table, so your table, maybe it's your boat or something, right? But what we want you to really do is try to reach all the part on that table. So what we don't want is it to be just a really small move. Want you to be reaching out. So maybe if I can get just right at the height of the camera, reaching out, but it arcs down. But I want you to also think of reaching.
Yeah, I don't do that. I bring it about, you know, like I'm hugging a tree. but I'm not really reaching out when I do that. Like you just said, you should be reaching out more. When I keep my arms a little bit in, like I'm hugging a tree, but I don't reach out. So yeah,
So,
good point.
so Chengfu made these movements all really big. And this is one of the biggest movements.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. So chances are, because I was exactly that way, Michael. and you know, it was like, but you wanna think about it. If you want to connect with your opponent, if possible, out here, right? You don't want to
Right.
connect in here,
Correct.
right? But you do want to bend. You don't want to end up straight arming.
Right.
Right? Okay, good question. Thank you. All right, anyone else? How are we feeling about fist under elbow? Okay, we'll get more practice there because we'll do some of that practice with other stuff. How about we look at last week's move? Does that work for everybody? All right, good. Good. First of all, how about we practice the footwork so we can really clarify all of that footwork? So let's just do it this way. We're in an empty step with a heel in front.
Why don't you eat your melon, Arjun?
Thank you. We're in with our heel in front, on most of our weight in the back. Remember, 30% of your weight should be on the front. Our front leg is, we'll show this again from the side, is a little bit bent, but you're pushing with that front leg. You've pushed with 30% of your weight, but most of your weight is in the back. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to shift all of our weight on top of that back foot, feeling on that foot that there's no one particular part of that foot that has the most weight. It's just flat on the floor. And as we do, we're going to push with that heel so that we can pick that foot up. And then we're going to come back and put that foot down, one line, two sides, and off 45 degrees to the corner. Now, come back forward for a second. You're going to do this sort of ball, toe, heel. So practice that for the moment. It's going to come back, ball, toe, heel. You can do it faster or slower, but that's the way that's going to go. I'm going to do it fairly slowly when we do it, right? When your leg is fully back, when you go ball, toe, heel, there's not much weight transfer. Most of your weight is still in the front. Now, I want you to push back with the heel of your front foot as you simultaneously pivot on it. Then you're going to push with your front foot with the front heel. You'll see your toes come up a little bit. Reach back, one line, two sides, which means you're going to aim a little out. You see how I'm aiming a little out? Heel, ball, toe. You're going to have to open your quad, your crotch, when you do. Otherwise, your knee won't be in line with your back right foot. You want your knees to stay over your toes, both feet. Okay? Another thing that's going to help that is to relax your lower back. Okay? Then pivot on that foot as you shift the weight back. When you shift the weight back, is it all the way back? No, there's still 30% on the front. It's mostly back. And your weight is on that flat back foot is equally distributed. Now, keep that weight, put your weight over your right heel, lift your foot up, come back, heel, ball, toe. Your weight is still as in the front. Then pivot, come back. Now there's only 30% in the front. So we're going to do that faster from here again. The left foot's in front. We're on the heel pad. We've planted a seed. We've rocked onto that heel pad to tamp it kind of down. But we've still got our right knee is over our toe. Don't expect your thigh to be there. Don't try to like, oh, I've got to get my thigh in line with my toe. Nope, because your spine needs to be along this line you're walking on, right? Needs to be back here. So we're gonna shift back, bring the left foot back, heel, ball, toe, turn. Give a little push with that back foot. You'll see your toes come up a little bit. You're sort of rocking on your heel of your right foot. Pick that foot up, put it back, toe, ball, heel, and turn, pivot. Rock back, toe, ball, heel, turn, pivot. Let's do it from here. So you can see it again. So we were 30%. I didn't have 30%, did I? A good position here. If you want to get your real feeling of 30%, don't stand like I was just standing. Like, do you see how I kind of dropped a little? I just dropped a little so that my weight was really in the lower part of my body, both this foot and here on your right. Okay. Then you're going to rock back. You'll see my toe come up a little bit. Put that foot back. Toe, ball, heel. It's actually, it's actually more ball, whatever. And then turn. I'm going to talk about the upper body now too. So you're stepping back, toe, ball, heel. You're going to feel that quad open as you do that. Then your upper body is going to turn to the corner as you also pivot that front foot. And your right foot goes back, toe, ball, heel. Your weight is still in the front. And turn, pivot. I think we have room to do some more. Go back with the left foot, toe, ball, heel, shift, turn. Might as well do another one. Come back, toe, ball, heel, shift, turn. How are we feeling about the footwork? It's okay? All right, because I know it's new for some of you. Yeah. All right, now, as we talked about last week, this is not new. We've done a lot of this. And recall that when we're doing something like brush knee, it ends up at the corner, but our chest is at the corner at that moment, right? But if I turn, you'll see that it's just this. That's all it is. Nice. And we keep our upper arm relationship quiet here. It doesn't move much. Yeah, beautiful. Nice body shape. And it's done as Michael was talking earlier. It's not like this, right? It's out here in this sort of hug a tree position, right? So when we're doing that here, when we're going here, see if I can, I'm going to show you this whole move for the moment. Do you see how my chest hasn't really turned that much? In fact, as I go heel, ball, toe, it's going to turn back square. Do you see that? So we were here, and it was not fully to corner. It was between the corner and straight. Okay, when we were here. Then, as we swing, it stays there as our foot goes back and we're rotating our arm. As we go toe, ball, heel, this front arm is going to come in. And notice that I'm square to you. There's some distortion here in the camera, but there you go. And then I'm going to pull with this arm and strike with the other. And notice how I really turned then. I'm going to show you one more time. My apologies, didn't put my right arm on. Should have moved the camera. Okay, so now we're here. We're just going to do the same thing again. We're going to rotate the front arm, swing, toe, ball, heel, and then pivot and turn as you strike. And you're striking out from your shoulder. So it's not quite in front of your face, but your shoulder's really turned. Nice. Nice. So I'm going to actually, after doing that, I'm going to take this off and we're going to try mirroring for you. If that doesn't work for you, you don't have to do it. But I'm going to suggest that I do. Okay, so high five. This is your right hand, right? Okay, your right hand is going to be in a fist. All right. So your left foot is forward. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think so. I think so. All right. So your left foot is forward. So we're going to shift our weight back, open our left hand. And this is like a moment. My foot is in contact with the floor and I'm almost all the way around. My arm is pushing out pretty much to the side, a little bit maybe behind the side. Toe, ball, heel, arm is in. Hand has fully rotated. My weight is still mostly forward. Big turn to the right with my body as I pull, and at the same time, pull them into my strike. It is not so much that I'm striking as my arm goes out to meet them as my big pull. This is a long distance. Here we go again. Your left hand swings out and you step back, toe, ball, heel. You've rotated your right hand. Then shift your weight back and turn in the direction of your lower hand. Nice. Shift your weight back. Step back, keep your weight forward. I started to move my weight back. And put your foot down in the back. Be ready to strike. And pull, turn. And we're just going to do, it looks like most of you don't have room left. So let's try that one more time. We'll do it a little faster. Are there questions about that first? Yeah, Erlyn. No? You're just like high-fiving
I'm
me.
getting ready to high five you. Yeah.
Okay, high five. This is your your right hand. I'm doing that for my own benefit as well. All right, here we are. Here we are. And swing, step. Ready to strike, hand fully rotated at this point, and your chest will naturally become more square. Pull them into you, extending your arm to meet them. Nice. It is not fully blocking them. Keep a little bit of Tai Chi straight there, a little bend. Nice. And then swing, step, heel, ball, toe, turn. And pull. Swing, heel, ball, toe, pull, turn. Nice. Just go ahead and do it again if you have room. This is looking good. Any questions about that? Let's really practice it, right? We want this to get much more familiar for us. So how about from here? This is your left hand. Get in a nice empty stance position. You've relaxed your waist, 70% on the back, 30% on the front. It's not like this. It's not like you could lift it up that easily. Your front is tilted just a little bit. See? It's tilted just a little. It's not like this. That helps to put a little more weight on that foot too. And swing with the right. Left foot unweights and comes back. You're pushing out pretty much to the side. Toe, ball, heel, arm comes in. You're fully rotated with that left hand. And pull. Pivot with that right foot. Where is this left hand? It's down at your hip, your lower hip. And shift your weight. Start to swing your arm out. Toe touches. Heel, ball, toe. Your left arm is in at your shoulder. Your right hand is palm up. And turn, pull, swing, and meet them. You're pulling them into your strike. Where's your gaze? Straight in front. Here we go again. Swing, step, to the shoulder, on the ground, and whoops, don't lose your balance like I did. Pull. I haven't lost my balance on that in a long time. And guess what? It happens. Happens to everybody. How are we feeling about that? Better?
I
All
had a
right.
question.
Yeah.
So the hand that's not swinging, but that's in the front, for every move, are you yielding forward a little bit, or are you just turning it this way?
So we are. I'm going to tell you what I do. I do it. I'm not yielding my body forward, but I am. My arm is going from quite sharply bent here, right? to just a little more open, because I'm going to have more power if I can get more of my weight back with a bigger step. So I need a little bit of room. You may not need that room, right? But when I'm doing it, I'm thinking, okay, you're not even going to know how far back I'm going, you know, and I'm getting back here. And then I've really got to move here, right? So I'm not sure what the answer to that is. I think if you have taking long steps, you have to do it, but you're not yielding. They are not, I don't believe there's an assumption that they're pulling on you. That would be when we would talk about yielding, like yielding to their direction of movement. We've had them, but somehow it has not, somehow they got out of this. I'm not sure the details there. So I tend to think that I've grabbed, you know, like I'm grabbing their shirt or something. I used to do judo, and you know, you'd grab whatever you could. You grab here, you grab here, you know, you grab them, and you get control of them, and then you're pulling them into you. So I think you need, but you definitely need to bring that hand, flatten that hand, flatten the hand part, because the hand part has been like this, and it's gonna flatten. It's gonna rotate and gradually flatten so that you've got them here, right? And then you're pulling. Really good question, Viji. Great question.
Thank you.
Yes, Erlyn.
I'm gonna sort of pile onto that question a second here. So it feels like if you don't reach, so you just punched, so your arm is not way out here, because you haven't, like, you're not like pushing them away or anything. So, or striking. You're okay. So anyway, so the very first repulse that you do, if you just turn your hand, then you're going to be closer to you. So either you have to reach out, or you just make that first one not as far out. I guess that's the.
So what I find is there's also a little bit of an extension that happens as I put my foot down. Again, it's all, as far as I know, it is correct to do it either way. But you can come back and just hit with the toe, and you see, I don't know, you're going to have to look at.
So
Can I add
Yeah.
a bit on for you, Dee?
Yes, please.
So
I guess I am
believe-
opening it.
Yeah, I believe what's happened is you've done fist, I'll turn to the side, you've done fist under elbow, your opponent has grabbed your wrist. Yeah?
Okay, hang on. I'm going to spotlight you if that's all right. Are you okay
yeah,
with being
sure.
on the video? Okay, do this again because I don't know this. Thank you. Go for it.
I could be wrong, but hey, so we're in fist under elbow. I believe that the opponent steps away and grabs your left wrist. So you move slightly out so your opponent feels like they're in control. Then when you bring your hand round, your opponent feels like they've got you. You keep your body forward. Then as you step back, say from here, there, so here, you allow your opponent to feel like they've got you, then step back, and then it's a pull push. So you're actually pulling your opponent towards you. I'm very bad at bringing my hand too high. I know this. But yeah, I believe I have seen that now. I don't know where I've seen it. So
that actually makes a lot of sense. So
Yeah.
let's go with that for now. And I will also ask, thank you very much, Sue. I really appreciate
no
that.
problem.
So that does make sense. Obviously, you've got to keep them from getting you. As you do that, you can never yield too much, right? But that's why we're putting our weight back and we're making sure that we're in, I mean, we do keep our weight forward so we can take them by surprise. Yeah, I mean, Sue is
That's right, yeah.
absolutely right. That's part of what we're doing here. They're like, well, they're swinging that arm. That's not of any concern to me. And it's way back there. I mean, what, you know, if they don't see that you've stepped back, you know, then if they're not paying attention to that, if they've got, if you're, pay attention to my hand. Oh, go right ahead. You know? So very true. Very true. So good. Erlyn, did you get your question answered?
I think so. I guess just since the function of the move is the same, I feel like there should be some symmetry between the first position you get to on the step back with each arm, that it should be very similar in that.
It's going to be similar, but where you start is never going to be the same.
Right.
Think about brush knee, you know, how you come down, you're able to deflect here and then push, but then, you know, the next one is different, you know, as it starts, you know, it's you're already down. So any deflecting that you're going to do is going to be different. It's not going to be as high a deflection. So it's always going to depend on where you're starting, for sure. And what your opponent does, right? And there are many interpretations to many of these moves, but there's usually one right one. And Sue, that sounds like a good one to me. So, if anyone else has ideas and thoughts, let me know, and I will ask about that. Thank you very much. How are we feeling about this move? Is it feeling better? I would like to connect it to fist under elbow and make sure that's feeling okay. All right. So we're going to start. I'm going to suggest that you start in your choice. You can make it a bow step to the corner away from me. So if you turned away from me and then turn to the left 45 degrees, that's where you would end up. Right, everybody looks like they're in the right place. In push, nice. 4, fist under elbow. We're gonna shift back, hands flatten. Grab with that left hand, follow with the right. Our right foot as we swing and release these folks, our right foot, just check yourself, is gonna come about to the straight direction here, to 12 o'clock. Our arms have circled around, our weight comes back, it's at our chest. Watch my elbow drop. My hand is set to push out, it pushes out. My left fingertips are pointing towards my middle forearm. I'm gonna step out to the left. Out on the diagonal. I'm going to ward off on the diagonal. For a moment, I'm going to stay back so you can see this direction of body movement. Here. I keep going and let my weight be on the left foot as I rotate my left hand and I swing that right leg. I swing my hips so that my feet are parallel. Then I shift I'm ready to grab. I'm going to shift, I'm going to grab, pull, or sort of arcing down to my side as I shift my weight all onto the right foot. As I get to the end of that shifting of my weight, I'm going to make a fist and sort of make a little circle here. Notice that my hand isn't like this. It's already like this. I pulled like this and I kept it that way. Okay? It makes a little circle here. I'm making my fist and putting my foot one line, two sides. I come across and punch. I'm going to do this again because I don't have it quite right. But that's where we want to be. All right, so from the same place you started. Do it again. Shift back, hands flatten, grab, pull, throw. Drop that elbow, push out, step on the diagonal, ward off on the diagonal, bring that other foot up as you grab. Your forearm rotates and you grab. Shift your weight, move your tail, like if you are big Tyrannosaurus Rex, put your tail towards 3 o'clock and shift your weight. You pivot on your right foot. You make your fist. You pick up your left foot. You put it down on the heel, one line, two sides, and you punch. We're going to do it faster. Nice positions, folks. From almost corner. Right foot forward. Shifting back, hands flatten, grab, pull, follow, throw. Coming back, hands pushing down, drop the elbow, push out with the right hand. Step, ward off, grab, other foot swings up and down. Make a fist and punch. Now we're going to do it from here. Shifting back. Swing. Pushing down, drop the elbow, push out. Step on the diagonal. I realize you're going away from me. Ward off. And step, rotate that left hand and swing down. You're away from me now and punch. Yes, Sue.
See you later. I've
Oh,
got to go,
bye.
got to shoot now. Bye.
Yep, bye. All right, so did that identify any places where you want a little more practice?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Michael.
When you, after you come around and you step out with your left foot, you're not bringing, it's not like you're stepping around somebody when you, you're not stepping around, but you're just stepping out with your left foot. Is that correct? Does that make sense?
I'm just trying to figure out what, I'm going to do it from this direction. You tell me where you're talking about it. So I'm coming here. I do this. So you're talking about this step out?
That step.
Okay.
No, you're
Yes.
not. Are you stepping around somebody's foot or are you just stepping out?
I'm just stepping.
Okay.
Yes, I'm just stepping. And then I'm coming, I'm warding off. That's what this ward off looks like.
Okay.
I'm warding off. And then I'm shifting my weight, rotating my left hand, and coming up with my feet parallel. My weight is still almost all on my left foot. Then there's this big arcing turn.
At that point where you are right now, you know when you parry and
So hopefully
punch,
you can,
when you parry and punch and you actually strike your hand out and when your fist comes forward, your left knee comes forward as if you're moving towards that person. But it seems like when you're doing that last move, when your fist is coming in the elbow, you're not really moving forward with force.
no,
You're just kind of slow. You're just protecting yourself.
no. So what you're doing, what you're really doing in that move, Michael, is that you have somebody's arm. I'm trying to think of which arm it is. I think it's their left arm. You've pulled them. You've pulled them like this, right? You've pulled them like this, and then you've twisted around, and they're like this, and then they've exposed this side to you, and you can punch them in the kidney, and that's really what's happening.
Oh, okay, that changes everything, visualizing it that way changes everything, because I thought the people, I kept thinking they're in front of you. But yeah.
So yeah, no, they're almost with their back to you when you finish.
Interesting.
That's their side and their back. So if you, so there's a couple of places that you can see this, but if you go back to fist under elbow in the email I sent out, there is a link to where JP and his wife in slow motion do that move. So you'll be able to see a little bit of it, and it is helpful to see that. It's particularly helpful to do it with somebody, and because then you can get your own sense of how somebody's body moves.
Right. I'll go back and
with
look at that.
Yeah. All right. Well, what I want to do is we have 5 minutes left. And what I want to do now is start at cross hands. We're going to start right here at cross hands. And let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to start here and hopefully I have the room to do it. Start here at cross hands, and we're going to do everything in section 2 that we know. So embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist. Under elbow. Repulse monkey. Right arm back, left arm's rotating, left foot back. And you're all set to the shoulder, your foot's down, pull them into you, turn your torso, your upper body to the left corner. And back with the left arm, step back with the right foot. And pull. Step back with the left foot, shifting your weights on the right foot. And did I do them all? I have a feeling there's one more. Nope, that's right. That's right. Let's do it one more time. Let's pick another direction. Well, since I don't know about another direction, let's just do it from this one. Next time I'll have another direction planned. I'm going to start from here. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Repulse monkey 1. Right arm back, left foot back. And pull strike. Left arm back, right foot back. Pull strike. Right arm back, left foot back. Pull, shift, strike, turn. Any last questions? All right. Yes, Erlyn.
Can you just start right there and just do repulse monkey for the tape?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going to actually do it from here in the middle, so I'm a little more centered on the camera. Okay, so we're here. Sorry, let's start. It's not how you do it, so I'm going to do it right. It doesn't work well to. It is hard to do it when you are just. I want to say one other thing, actually, before I do it. That's so funny when I'm doing it right in front of it. It's harder. Let me just do it one more. I'm going to do it the way I would do it. So it won't be exactly timed quite the same way, or it may not be. After all this practice, it may be. What Master Yang says, when we teach it, there you go, that's pretty good. When we teach it, we teach it in these moves. Swing out, step, foot down to the shoulder. Shift weight, pull them into your strike, right? And that's how I've been calling it. When Master Yang explains it, he doesn't worry about this middle, how the middle coordinates. What is absolutely essential is that by the time this foot is completely down, this hand is ready. Okay? So as you get more used to doing it, you will find that your body will like a slightly different timing than you were taught. This is fine. But what is absolutely essential is that when your foot is down and you're going to shift that weight, you must be ready to strike and you must be ready to pull. This rotation needs to be complete and this hand needs to be here. And that's how he describes it. Yes, Shelley.
You were spot on. I would just add one more thing that kind of helped me when I was learning it, is that when you're back there and you're getting ready to strike, that's your balance point, that balance checkpoint, if you will. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just thought with you if you want to. So
you go back like this.
Right here, yes, you're fully rooted.
Yeah, you're
not fully rooted now in the back. So now you're fully rooted. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and it's kind of your arm is up and you're completely balanced right here.
Yep.
And good. You could stand here all day if you wanted, or
yes.
Strike.
Yes, yes. Good point. I love it. It's so nice to have you folks in the class and to have you commenting. You can't say everything. This was an important point to make about the rooting. And we haven't actually discussed that as a topic, but you can imagine what it feels like, right? You don't want to get uprooted ever, right? By your opponent. We were talking before about you don't want to give them too much so that you're like that they're going to pull you forward. So thank you, Shelley, for that. But if you watch in micro Master Yang do it, you will see that there is a little bit of that he does not teach this middle part. He teaches it in you must be fully rooted when your hand is here. You just do your swing like this. Okay, so I wanted to make that point. All right, are we ready? Thanks, everyone. Great class. We do a new move next week, so practice, but you can always bring questions.